The question, what makes a champion? Two qualities. One, knowing that you don't have to win, but two, the determination to win at all costs. They may seem contradictory, but these two qualities are to every Christian who understands the Ascension. First, knowing you don't have to win. Let's use an example from the world. Fear of failure is crippling. Henry Cloud, Dr. Henry Cloud, the author, in one of his books, talks about an Olympic gymnast who overcame this fear. And in fact, she surprised her coaches by her performance when she won the gold medal. How did this happen? What was the change? When her parents sat down with her and they told her, you know what? You don't have to win. Our love will continue with you no matter what. This meant for her that her identity was bigger than that contest that was at hand. And it meant that one event wasn't everything. In short, she had less pressure, and as a result, she could succeed. So that's the first quality, but the second quality is the determination to win no matter what the cost. Brendan Burchard, in writing his book, High Performance Habits, interviewed other gold medalists and asked them, in fact, one time he interviewed a particular sprinter, and he said, those who are competing are similar in ability. He said, who wins? The answer was, the one who is running for his mother. And the principle that he found with all the people he interviewed was this: the one who wins is the one who has a cause that is bigger than himself. What that effectively does is actually raises the stakes. And it means that what you are working for will go on beyond even your efforts. So these two qualities: one, you don't have to win; two, win at all costs. They seem contradictory, but yes, as a Christian, you get both qualities if you understand the Ascension. So first, you don't have to win. Why is that? Well, Jesus said in our gospel today, "Behold, I am with you always, even to the end of the ages." He's speaking, yes, to the group of disciples who were gathered. He's speaking collectively to the church, but he's also speaking to each individual gathered, and he's speaking to you and to me. Behold, I am with you always. All of these disciples, the apostles, they will all have failures in different efforts that they will undertake, but they have the assurance that that is not the end. Jesus is with them. He continues with them even after they fail. In other words, they are part of something. Their identity in Him and His work is bigger than whatever particular contest they have at hand. And this is the same for you as well. And so this, of course, just like that Olympic gymnast, means that you can continue without crippling fear. Then the second, the determination to win at all costs. How does this apply to you and me? Well, the Great Commission that Jesus gave to His disciples that day is a job that must get done. This is nothing less than the salvation of the world. He says, make disciples of all nations. And in our reading from the book of Acts, he says, you will be my witnesses to the whole world. And so, like the sprinter, you are part of something. You have a call that is bigger than you. And so that means, yes, the stakes are higher. And because Jesus ascended, because He's in heaven, you are part of His body on earth. You are His body on earth. And that means His reputation depends on your witness. But it also means this, that His mission is beyond you. It is something, because it's bigger than you, it continues beyond you. Yes, you are part of His body, but His body is bigger than your effort. So you can give everything to the effort, and it will succeed. Let's take St. Stephen as an example. Stephen, the first martyr of the church. And he was, as we read elsewhere in the book of Acts, he's preaching, and guess what? The people didn't believe. You might in the immediate term, that might look like a failure. Oh, well, he did his best. But because Jesus ascended, Stephen's identity is bigger than the unbelief of the immediate hearers he had there. But what's more is this. When they were getting ready to stone him, what happened? He had a vision of Jesus ascended on the throne. Lo, I see someone ascending like the Son of Man coming to his throne. That enraged his hearers, but it emboldened him. This meant that, yes, Jesus is in charge, and that his work is bigger than this immediate event. And even though they decided to kill him, this is a work that will go forward beyond Stephen, and it is worth dying for. And so this is where St. Paul picks up as he's writing to the whole church in our epistle reading. And writing to the Ephesians, he says, because Jesus ascended, he has put all things under his feet, and he has made him the head over all things for the church, which is his body, the fullness of him who fills all in all. This is then where we pick up with you and me. And so each of us can ask, what contest do I face? What am I afraid to pursue as a result of fear of failure? Yes, Jesus is bigger than that. And so your identity is bigger than that, like the gymnast. But you are part of a call that is bigger than you. It is worth dying for. So as a result of both these qualities together, you are not afraid. And not only do you not have to fear failure, what you're part of cannot fail. Cannot fail. So you can live life with abandon. You can give it your all. So what are you called to do? What holds you back? Yes, give it your all. Live with abandon, because God's kingdom goes forward through you with Jesus on the throne.